Alright, here is the next one we're going to take a look at today. This Fleischmann 7173 Streamline type of steam engine. I love the look of these things. They're so beastly looking. So I'll get it out here, out on the track, run it around, and we'll take a look at it. Alright, so here it is out on the track. Got a nice European type of coach car behind it because it is a German engine, so looks really good. I'll get it going here so you can see how it runs around. Okay, you'll notice as it comes on by here, it's got the front lights in the front as well as some rear lights in the back. So that's good. You can kind of see the wheel action in the inside there. But as it's closed off mainly, I can't really see too much. Now, ever since I started collecting these model trains, I always wanted one of these babies. They look so cool. Out of Germany, I believe, is the real one. So it's a German type of engine. You can even see on the back there, it has the German Imperial Eagle, I believe, what that is. So really cool. I do really like the look of this thing. I am somewhat of a fan of these streamlined ones. For their overall look rating, I'm giving it an 8. Mainly because, even though I do like it, like the scheme, like these white stripes running down the side of it, the wheel wells are not open like you see a lot of these engines have. So you can't really get to that wheel action that I like so much on this model. So that's the only thing I'm kind of dinging it back on the look. Materials, it's okay. I'm giving it a 6. There's a fairly cheapness quality to it. All of this stuff up in here is all plastic, so it doesn't really feel all that solid. Ooh, there's a wheel on the back. So I think a 6 is a fair estimate there. Usually these Fleischmanns feel a little bit more legit, but this one, for whatever reason, is a little on the cheap side. Now on its uniqueness, don't see these too quite often. They are out there, but I'm giving it an 8. I think that's fair. These German streamlined models are, more unique than your typical ones that you see. So I think 8's a fair assessment. For its noise level, you may have heard it's not the quietest thing in the world. As it is, I'm giving it a 3 because it does quite make a humming, screeching, whatever sound that is coming from the back there. I have a theory on that, which I'll go over in a second as to why it's doing that. But as it stands, it's a bit on the loud side. Alright, now when I was fiddling with this earlier, when I first got it, I took the back of the tender thing off so I can figure out what the heck that knocking sound is coming out of the back of there, or the echo, or whatever's happening. And when you do take it off, it does sound a lot quieter. So I'm thinking something's hitting something in here, or poorly designed, or what. I can't imagine that's normal. But if I connect up the cars here and run it around for a couple shots, you'll see how much more quieter it is. Alright, now this is about the same speed I was running at earlier. You can see the engine moving around in there. But it's way down on the quiet scale. I wish it ran like this normally. But every time I put the back on, it turns into a huge screech. So something's up with the back design or something. Power doesn't take much to get this thing going. Giving it a 9. It starts to go maybe 10-ish, 10:30 o'clock up the dial. Not terrible. Really, really good. Motor strength, it seems to have quite a bit of pull behind it. Again, these Fleischmanns have the motor back here in the tender. I'm giving it an 8. I think that's fair. Because like I said, it does have quite a bit of pull. Alright, here is the slow crawl test. It looks nice and smooth, but there's definitely something going on with that tender there. If you can hear something hitting. I'm giving it this an 8, mainly for the sound. If it wasn't for that racket, it would look pretty good. Derailment, I haven't really had any problems coming off. As always with these larger steam engines and with lots of wheels, it's just a bit of a struggle to get it on the track to begin with. Giving it an 8, that's kind of my standard for no real derailment problems, but kind of tricky to get on. Problems, the only one I could speak to really is the fact that the tender is hitting the motor or whatever's going on there. Quite unfortunate, but hey, I can live with it. Giving it a 7 on this rating because I haven't had anything else go wrong with it. For the value, I won this off an eBay auction, used, all said and done, it was 106, so I think I paid like 98 or something for it in the actual auction, and of course you got to pay for shipping on top of that. Bit pricey for what you get. Like I said, I really like these models. They typically go for a lot more, I've noticed, so happy with the price from that regard. But still a bit up there on the scale. I'm giving it a 5 in terms of the value here. It's decent. I think it's okay. Who knows, maybe I'll end up selling this back to a lucky customer, if you will. So if you like it, keep an eye out on eBay. Alright, when you total it all up, it comes in at an even 70. Would have liked to seen this a bit higher, especially for what I paid, but hey, you can't have everything. I think that motor thing or whatever's happening there is really dragging this one down. If that one was fixed, I think this score would be a lot higher. But as it stands, it comes in at 70. Not terrible. I can live with it. It could have been worse. Let's put it that way. Like I said, I might trade it up. I might try to find one with an open wheelbase. I think that would just make it a lot better looking. Because they are out there. They do make those. This model, for whatever reason, just has a closed wheelbase with a lot of these things that go up and down. Even though they're stuck, they're not real. I'm assuming in the real version of this, you know, you can lift and lower those things accordingly. But not on this guy. So who knows? That's it for this one. Keep a lookout for more. A lot more to come. I got a lot of trains.